I didn't know the play before I auditioned. I was familiar already with some of Philip Ridley's work. I'd not seen any of it. I'd heard a lot about Pitchfork Disney. I got the email from my agent, and I was actually on holiday at the time, so I was sunbathing, which is probably quite good for the character. But I was on holiday, and a friend of mine had read the play before, and he said it was really very good. He'd seen it when he was at drama school. I read it, and I just thought I really, really enjoyed it, and I thought the themes in it was something that were really sort of relevant to today. And no, it's not set today, it's set in the 90s, early 90s. But I think it's something that's very relevant for now. And it takes you to a very different place, one that maybe you're not willing to go to when you read a play like that. And that event that happens at the end, and sort of the play itself is a culmination of years and years of underlayering, which actually bring him here quite naturally, which may, to an outsider, seem a little bit extreme, but I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's very much in the realms of possibility for this group of people. The relationships between each character are so vivid, and everybody has an agenda, everybody has a purpose. And I think especially for Cougar, he surrounds himself by people who are useful to him to varying degrees. And I think the way he manipulates people and the way he uses himself as a tool to shape the people around him is going to be really interesting to explore. The audition process worked in a way quite similar to many others. I remember the first round was in front of Tom, the producers. We just looked at one of the scenes between Cougar and Captain Tock, and he's telling of the time when he first sees Foxtrot, he pursues him. And that's sort of like a really good, I think it was a good choice of scene. He's on pursuit, he is most excited, then it's the thrill of the chase, which I think is very much at the core of who Cougar is. And then the recall was, I remember, because it was a workshop recall, so it was over a couple of hours, we'd all worked together. I knew that we were going to be paired up with other actors. I think there were about 2 or 3 other Cougars there at the time, so I remember being very, not put off by it, but a little bit nervous about that. I'd obviously heard of him. He's such a well-known writer, but I'd not seen or read any other of his plays other than this. But this really does sort of look into the way people interact with each other and how people sort of rely on each other in various different ways, selfish ways and also good ways. But this is the only play of his that I know. I think people should see this production because not only the fact it's the 21st anniversary of the show, I think what we're going to be trying to do in this version is really, really, really taking it into the text in a really specific way and finding new things inside it that perhaps haven't been found before. I think it's important when you revisit something that you need to find fresh ideas, because otherwise it's just going to be an imitation of what's been before. And I think it's a shocking play, but that's not what the play is there to do. It's not there to shock, it's there to expose a society, essentially, which has, especially in terms of my character, which has become crazed and focused on people's worth being related to their beauty or age. And I think that's very relevant to now, not just to when it was first written. And I think that's something that they should expect, sort of just to be shaken up a bit.